And we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal playing more of the demo of Eldet, and last time we were here, we were introduced by Tariq to Faroon, the elven mercenary, and Kahina, his sister. However, Kahina actually homed in on the fact that we're full of shit and called our bluff on being able to perform magic, which is unfortunate for us because we're supposed to be the party mage. However, Tariq, being the kind of guy he is, assumed that we were just being humble when we tried to confess that we can't actually use magic. So, we're still in this awkward scenario where we are technically the mage of the group, but we can't perform the vital function of a mage, or so it seems. This time around, we're going to go ahead and head to the tomb that we're planning on raiding with the party, and prove that maybe there's a bit more to us than there seems to be. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, let's head this way. You walk for nearly 3 hours through the snow-covered landscape before you reach the site. A deep basin set between two mountains. That sounds more like a valley to me, but oh well. As you reach the bottom, the roar of a waterfall echoes against the steep cliffs around you. You find yourself exhausted and panting heavily from the journey. Despite the cool air of the mountains, your forehead is damp with sweat. Tariq, was there no closer place where we might have stayed? I have no doubt that there were many. But then, why? Well, some precautions are worth their negatives, Kunal. Those who live as my sister and I would seize at every opportunity to rob us of our chance at the tomb. In the past, other groups have actually sent spies to follow our movements, observe and record where and when we traveled. But, as I am aware, no one has ever discovered this place. ... You hear Kahina shift in the snow behind you. Distancing ourselves until the right time lessens the risk in that regard. And on that note, I don't want us standing out in the open any longer. Let's go ahead and go. You walk along the ice towards the far side of the basin. As you draw nearer, you notice a divide in the rock face just behind the falls. Tariq leads you and the rest between the gap and deep into the dark cavern within. It's so dark. You hear Tariq chuckle softly in the darkness of the cavern. What, did you expect we'd come here and find the cave lined with burning torches? Well, no, I suppose that wouldn't make any sense. Though in this instance, mage lights. Is that what those are? I had wondered. So those are the blue lights in the background that he's talking about. Those are apparently called mage lights. Regardless, Tariq lights a torch and holds it out in the damp air of the cave. By the torchlight, you can see that the way forward lies beneath massive boulders and crumbling pillars wedged together overhead. Is it really even safe to be in here? That pillar back there looks ready to fall. Well, actually, no, it isn't safe. Well, that's not entirely reassuring. It wasn't meant to be. These tombs can be laid through with traps. Pitfalls, collapsing ceilings, and even more dangers from the wear of old age upon the structure. Though, well, as you'll soon see, the nature of the entrance itself may have been the only deterrent the builders of this tomb set in place. Regardless, I need you on your toes, Kunal. You as well, Faroon. I'm sure you're both capable, else I wouldn't have hired you, but you lack the experience of my sister and I. I don't say these things to discourage you. It would be a disservice to you to withhold the knowledge of the dangers you may face. Honesty keeps one alive a mile beneath the ground. Keep close to my sister and I, and not only will you walk away unscathed from this tomb, but you'll be weighed down by the riches you couldn't imagine. Thumbs up. That sounds like what I'm all about. So, Tariq turns and walks further into the cave, Kahina and Faroon following from behind. Trying to shake the threat of traps from your mind, you reach the end of the pillar-lined hallway. What? How is that possible? What do you make of this, Kunal? Something you've seen before? We're about to have a flashback. Get into it. Bum bum bum. Alright, so our friend from the very beginning of the game had that same symbol tattooed on her arm. And if you don't remember, Kahina, when she was calling us out on not really being a mage, pointed out that all true mages actually have tattoos that are specific to them on their arms or somewhere on their body. So this might imply that this door has something to do with her if it's the same symbol. Adita, what is your mark doing on this door? ... Something the matter? You find yourself unable to respond. Kunal. He knows that this is as far as his little ruse can play out. Kahina coming in with the legendary side-eye. Kunal, are you okay? I can't open this. See, brother, what did I tell you? No, it's... this symbol, Tariq. It's a mage's sigil. These kinds of seals can only be undone by the magic of the mage to whom the sigil belongs. And this... I don't understand, Adita. Kunal, is there no other way? The sigils are a sort of primal magic. Unless one understands their nature, such as the mage who wears their sigil, then they can withstand almost anything magical. It would take an enormously powerful mage to overcome it. Well then, we're in luck, aren't we? What? Brother. He's telling you he can't do it. This talk of sigils is merely an excuse. Faroon, you more than anyone else here would know whether or not someone was truly a mage. What say you? And, as usual, he says nothing. I actually do have a question. I'm very curious if Kahina and Faroon have, like, a better relationship than maybe I would with him and Tariq has with him. So, like, I feel like they talk. I feel like they talk a lot and they talk shit and gossip when they're left to themselves. But, like, when Faroon's in front of anyone else, he doesn't talk. Because I feel like she wouldn't, her being, like, no nonsense like she is, would not ask him a question if he wouldn't respond to her. So I feel like maybe they talk in private. Who knows? Anyway. Well, you weren't at the lake, Kahina. You didn't see what I saw. At Tariq's words, a sudden realization hits you. The lake. What had Adita said? Teleportation can release a lot of residual magic. If the traveler isn't powerful enough to direct the spell, which we were not, residual magic. Perhaps I can... It doesn't matter what you saw. If he says he can't do it, I think I can do it, actually. What? I can do it. Your heart begins to beat faster from a mixture of fear and excitement. This could work. If I get this door open, that's it. I'll be done with all of this, I'll be free to live my life, and I'll take my fucking money with me and get the fuck out of this place. Holy shit, I'm ready to be done. Excellent. The sooner you get that door open, the sooner you'll quell my sister's doubts about you. And if that's not enough to motivate you, well then, imagine the weight of all that coin in your pocket when we're finished here. I imagine Tariq walking out of this place looking like the Monopoly man, kind of, carrying sacks of fucking gold that's just dropping coins on the ground behind him. That is such a look. Anyway, you nod, and then take a deep breath. I'll need some space. Of course. You take one last look at the seal before sitting and assuming the meditative stance. You close your eyes and breathe in slowly. Channel the magic. There's even a And he's still clinging to me. So if you're curious, what he's talking about is that because Adita cast that teleportation spell on us, some of her magic is kind of lingering on him, and he feels that he can maybe use that magic that's left over from her teleporting him to open that sigil, because that's technically her magic and her sigil. So maybe that will help. You know from years of fruitless meditations that channeling requires a focused mind, but despite this, you make no attempt to stop the thoughts intruding on your concentration. Adita, was this you? Did you somehow know that Tariq would ask me to open the tomb? And so you came here to remake the seal yourself, knowing that I might have traces of your magic? ... If anyone could overcome another mage's seal, it would be you. If this was you, thank you. "10 minutes pass in silence. This has to work. There's no alternatives. Please, please open, please open. Here's an idea, brother. ... Every minute more we wait here, you can pay me back my lost time with a silver piece. And when Kunal opens the door for us, you'll give him half your share of whatever we find inside. ... intensifies. Fair enough, but only I think the elf deserves silver for his own time spent standing here too. Add him to my side of the wager. Should Kunal open the door, he can take the rest of my share. Should he fail, you'll match him for the coin you owe me. These things take time. Take your time, Kunal. We know you can do this. Yes, do take your time. Half an hour passes. Then an hour. You fight to suppress the dread building within you, but you cannot ignore the fact that this isn't going to work. Of course it's not. Why did I believe that this, of all things, was my way out of the college? I'm a fool. Adita, I should have stayed. I should have... Kunal, did you... What? Holy shit, we did it. Yes. Man, it would have been so awkward if we just, got a game over immediately, because the door didn't open, and the story was just, over, because we can't do magic. But we're the main fucking characters, so of course we can do fucking magic, you nerds. I can't believe you ever doubted it. I did it! I did it! Smiley face. Oh shit. Why does shit always start shaking? Oh my god, there we go. Okay, it's just the door opening. See, in visual novels, when something bad happens, the screen shakes, and that's usually a sign that, you're about to get murdered or something, but I guess it was just dramatic opening of doors. Kunal, you've done it! What's an hour spent waiting when the reward might be the find of a lifetime? Now then. Inside, everyone, and stay close. Even I've never raided a tomb sealed by magic. You may very well end up being our expert moving forward here, Kunal. Tariq winks at you. Oh, stop! Tariq winks at you before turning and heading into the tomb. Thank you, Adita. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally. I knew of this place for years. And for years I sought to find a mage to get me inside. The feeling of... Oh, shit. Ooh, man, my dyslexia kicking it up. The feeling of finally walking within these walls is difficult to express. Thank you, Kunal. The air of the tomb is damp and cool, but to your dismay, it's even darker in here than it was before. The resting dead have little need for light. What's that up there, I wonder? Another mage light. Kunal, are you doing this? Well, no, actually. Not just me. It's all of us. Magic has a sort of life to it, like a living energy. And mage light is able to sense the presence of other life. By glowing, it's like it's greeting you. Though, it must have been some time since anyone has entered this place. Normally it's, well, faster. Fascinating. Oh, hey, there are more of them. This is actually pretty cute. Amazing. Truly, truly amazing. Tariq walks forward and turns to face the group. My friends, I'll be brief, as even I must admit I can hardly stop myself from setting forth immediately. It happens to appear that the way behind me can't be traveled. But, don't worry, I'm not going to give up so easily. We'll devise something to get us across. But for now, we're left with two paths. One to the left, and one to the right. It seems practical to split up our party in half. Kunal, Faroon, one of you will go with either myself or my sister. You'll each have an experienced raider at your side should anything, disagreeable occur. And Kunal, since you got us inside, I'll let you choose who you'd like to follow. So, I'm going to cut the video here. Because, like I said, I want to do this in 4 parts, but I'm gonna do something for y'all. So, I've played through this, and it actually is a little bit different depending on who you go with as far as how things turn out. And you get some interesting dialogue with either person you go with. So, I'm actually going to do 2 more parts. The first part is going to showcase basically what happens when you go with Kahina. Because we very clearly defied her expectations. She expected us not to be able to perform magic, and here we go doing it, so she probably is going to have something to say about that. And then the part after that is going to be what happens if you go with Tariq, which is also pretty interesting. It's a little bit different. And finally, if you were wondering, we can't actually go with Faroon. It has to be with either of them. It gives you the option to say that, and it makes Faroon blush if you do, but the game won't let you, so you have to go with one or the other. In the meantime, thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to check out my latest Oracle of Ages video, and by Oracle of Ages, I mean Oracle of Seasons. I can't even remember the games I'm playing. Check that out. I think it's a pretty good part. I liked it. In the meantime, I'll catch you later. Thanks, and bye.